closing in 5 minutes. All in will be secured. 27 o'clock tomorrow morning, once the Executive Airlines bag service office will be closing for the evening. All unclaimed baggage will be secured until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Jet-in Airways, where a smile goes a long way. Now if you enjoyed the video today, feel free to give us a thumbs up, a like, or hit subscribe, or make a comment. And of course you're welcome to join our Discord, where we have regular meetups and group flights. Well, I can't remember when I flew the 737 MAX last, but it was a long time ago. And to be honest, I'm looking forward to this flight. It's like visiting an old friend sitting in the 737 MAX. Today we're on a short little hop heading over to Muskegon. We're going from Midway, Chicago, KMDW, over to Muskegon, which is KMKG. So it's only about 29 minutes of fly time. It's a new route for Jet-in Airways. I did it the other day in the 700, and it is just a beautiful scenic flight over Lake Michigan and down into Muskegon. It is a beautiful little flight, and we've set it up as a permanent route for Jet-in Airways to Muskegon and return and back to Chicago Midway. So if you fly for Jet-in Airways, please try out the route. I'm sure you will enjoy it. Now you can do it in the ATR. We can do it in the 737, 700 or 800. I think it's a too shorter, smaller route for the 900. But for the MAX or the 700 or the ATR, I think it's a beautiful little flight. So we're all set to go. The customers are all in and seated. And we've got our flight plan. We've got our flight plan all in here. We've come to see our waypoints here. We're climbing out of Midway, heading over to Wheeleave, Zeal, Siney, Padby, and then straight into runway 32. Now I'll show you on the screen what the flight plan looks like. On the MAX you can build this flight plan in the flight planner in the game, which is fantastic. There's our waypoints there, 1, 2, 3, 4 little waypoints, and we're in for a beautiful ILS approach. Now the ILS frequency is 109.90. If you're doing it in the PMDG 737, just put these waypoints in, put in the frequency 109.90 for runway ILS 32. Localizer heading is 321, so that's easy peasy Japanesey. And we're departing out runway 04 right. So it's a lovely, beautiful little flight plan. It really works beautifully. I really like it. So I encourage you to have a go at setting it up. Now, what have we done? I think I've done everything in here. Takeoff, flaps 5. All my takeoff speeds are there. Note the takeoff speed, 169 knots, a little bit different to the 737-700. But there it is. It's all there, ready to go. And we are all good. I think we are all good and actually ready for pushback. Now we have clearance already. Did I get clearance for takeoff? Pretty sure I did. So let's get some pushback going.
Midway ground, Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray 737 requesting pushback.
Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray 737 pushback request accepted.
Now my speed. I've set my speed up 250 knots as we climb out, 10,000 feet initially. Get to flight directives are on. Vertical speed is set at 2,200, so that is all good. Taxi lights are on. Check. taxi lights on. Taxi lights on, yep. Let's have a look here. Position lights, strobe lights. Won't put our landing lights on yet. Beautiful morning here at Midway. A little bit cloudy, but not too bad. Should get some nice views out over the lake, I would say. Should be beautiful. Right, that will do us for pushback. A lot of Southwest planes here at Midway. I think it must be the main base for Southwest Airlines. I think it is always packed out with Southwest Airlines airplanes. It really is. Right, so we're going to taxi off to our right and head down to the hold short. Haven't flown this plane for so long. Let's just hope it does all the things it's supposed to do. Last time I flew it, I had a bit of difficulty, to be honest. But since I've flown it, there has been some updates. There's been some Microsoft Flight Simulator updates. So I'm not sure whether that also contained some updates for the 737 MAX. I'm not sure. There were some updates, I think, for the default 747 and the 787, which we are going to start flying soon. Now it's been updated, the 787. We might have a look at flying that Boeing 787. I do love Boeings. So I think coming up, I think that's something we can look forward to, guys, having a fly of the new updated Boeing 787 for Jet-in Airways. We do have it painted in the Jet-in Airways livery, so that makes it even more fun and more exciting. But it is a lovely looking plane, this the MAX. The cockpit may not be as high fidelity as the PMDG 737, especially not as far as functionality, but the actual model of the MAX is just beautiful. Very, very nice. Of course, Braddock 3D did not make the body of the airplane. The actual model was made by another developer. I don't think they stole it. I think they would have paid some money or made some arrangement to use it. I think they were responsible, Braddock 3D were responsible for the liveries and for the cockpit. But the best part of this plane, as far as the modelling and everything goes, is the bodywork. The model of the plane. It is very, very nice. As for the cockpit, well, it leaves a bit to be desired, but it's okay. Everything works, I think. We'll find out today, how good it is, if everything works. I did do the flight plan in the FMC, so I know the FMC is all good. That is functional. The displays, the multifunction displays down here are very big and very wide, and that's because that's the way they are in the MAX. That's why a lot of people enjoy flying the MAX. A lot of pilots say they love flying the MAX. The displays are just so big and easy to see and easy to read. It's one of the wonderful features when it comes to the MAX. So expect the cockpit to be a little different to the old NG series of 737s. It is different. Colors are different. Some setouts are different. Buttons and things are different. Some of the texturing of the fabric and the materials used are a little bit different. So don't expect the same as the NG 737s when you fly the MAX, guys. It is, well, it's supposed to be it's supposed to be different. It's supposed to be a whole new concept, more modern, easy to control, easy to see, and it certainly is when it comes to the multifunctional display anyway. So let's see how we go today. Like I said, I haven't flown it for a long time, so it's going to be very, very interesting. If it does everything it's supposed to do as far as an ILS approach and a landing, and autopilot and everything, well, you know, I will enjoy it because it is a nice plane. Okay, so let's just stop here. We will put the brake on, and we will just check everything. I think I got clearance for taxi.
Midway Tower, Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray 737 at runway for right, ready for departure IFR to Muskegon. Cleared for takeoff runway for right, Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray 737.
Right, check flaps set, landing lights on. We are set for takeoff. Let's get my camera in a good position. That looks pretty good. Right, throttle's up.
D1.
That looks stunning, doesn't it? Just beautiful.
Boeing 737 contact Chicago departure on 128.2. Good day.
Okay, so we have engaged autopilot, flight director on, auto throttle on, set 250, LNAV on, vertical speed set at 2200, check autopilot engaged. Okay, so we are coming up to 7,500 feet, traveling at 262 knots. So we're almost heading up to, well, we're just heading up towards 10,000 feet. We're going to cruise at 10,000 feet today because we don't actually have far to go. Landing lights can go off. And taxi lights off, strobe lights off. Getting some nice scenery out there today. Let's have a look. We're heading towards Zealy, 56 nautical miles to our next waypoint there. Still climbing up to 10. Very, very slowly climbing out today. Now there must be still quite a few people flying this 737. I mean the Max videos on my channel are still by far the most viewed videos that I have. The videos on the 737 MAX are still way ahead of any of the other PMDG videos in regards to the amount of views they get. Mind you, this was out about 1 year ahead of the PMDG 737s, so it did have a bit of a head start, and it was pretty rough when it first came out. It wasn't that good, but they have been updating and updating it. Not sure if they still are. I think they've sort of stopped now, which is a bit of a shame because it could do with even more, few more enhancements. It's got the electronic flight bag screen there, but doesn't actually work. It would have been nice if they'd updated it to the point where that actually worked. But I think they've sort of given up on it now. They do a few liveries, a few new liveries, but I don't think anyone really cares about that. We really just want a more functioning and a better cockpit would be nice. But I'm enjoying it today, just as it is. It does everything it's supposed to do, and it is all working fine. FMC does what it's supposed to do. Doesn't have all the full functions like the PMDG ones, but I'll put the auto brake round to 2. But other than that, it does everything it's supposed to do, really. Let's have a look on our map, and it's probably time soon to start descending down a little bit. We're sort of around about halfway now on our route, so I think we can probably start coming down a little bit here. Let's bring it down a little bit to 5,000. And we'll set our vertical speed. Set our vertical speed at 19. Just a nice gentle descent, I think. Will do us absolutely fine.
We will be serving our in-flight meal shortly with your choice of red or white wine. Please return to your seat so that we may serve you more easily. Enjoy your meal.
Yep, we're just serving light snacks today on the Max. Light refreshments, orange juice, tea, coffee. If you're really lucky, you might get a glass of wine, but just light refreshments and some biscuits and some blueberry muffins. Just some light snacks to keep everyone going until we get to Muskegon. As I said, it's a short flight, only about 28 minutes. So we're coming down now. Coming down nice and slow and gentle like. Really enjoyed doing this flight the other day with Alan, one of our pilots for Jet-in Airways. If you join the Discord, we'll have some group flights. Haven't done much lately because I've been busy with business and stuff, but as soon as I've got a few things out of the way over the next week or two, then we'll get into it properly. We'll really get stuck into the group flights for Jet-in Airways, and we'll get these 737 PMDG 737s really working hard for Jet-in. If you like the Max, if you have the Max, you're very, very welcome to fly for Jet-in Airways and use your 737 Max to fly our routes. Just let me know in the comments, and I will send you the address to the Discord, and you can join our friendly little group. We're casual fun flyers, nothing too intense, okay? So if you've just picked up the game or you've just started flying 737s, you're a beginner getting started, well, you're welcome. We're all here to just share our hobby, have a good time, support each other. So it's a good place to be if you're just learning, in a Discord group, so you can ask lots of questions and learn something. We're all still learning, really. We are all learning. Coming down over the lake through these clouds, I can see land up ahead, the other side of Lake Michigan. I don't think that's the real name for it, Lake Michigan, is it? If anyone knows the real name of this lake, let me know in the comments. That would be great. I think it has a Native American name to it. Then we can start dropping some flaps. There we are. We've got one. The localizer is solid, so that is good. Just waiting for the glide slope diamond to go solid. So it looks like we're right on the money as far as our localizer goes. And I think I can see the runway straight up ahead there. Are we dropping some speed? And we got a solid diamond, so we can lock on and go ahead and hit our approach hold mode. And we need some flaps down. So it looks like our diamonds are locked on here. Speed 180. I would like to be a bit slower than that. Might put on some speed brakes for a little while here. And drop my gear. Beautiful. So we're coming in nice and straight. Our speed at 170. Let's get our speed down a little bit more. And here we go, guys. Here we go. Get ready to switch off the autopilot.
400.
Autopilot off now. I have the plane.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Not a very good landing as far as things go, really. It was a bit too fast, I think. A little bit too fast. A little bit too fast. But we did a nice little ILS approach. But we were a bit too fast, I'm afraid. And I don't seem to have my reverse thrusters working. It's the same on the PMDG 737. Don't seem to have any reverse thrust, so I need to work on that. Need to work on that pronto. Get some reverse thrusters going. The landing was quite soft. It was a little bit wonky trying to keep it in the middle of the runway. So, but that certainly wasn't the plane. That was definitely my poor piloting, really, there. But we did a lovely ILS approach. I think the main problem there was my speed. a little bit too fast. I tried to bleed off a bit of speed with the air brakes. But never mind. I am a dodgy pilot. But as far as the plane goes, it went perfectly. Everything went the way it should do. And it did a nice ILS approach for us. I just need a bit of practice. When you go away from a plane for a while, you come back, you can be a little bit rusty, you know. So if I do a couple more flights in this, it'll be pretty much perfect. Just bring up our flaps. Right, I think we'll take this gate here that is just in front of us. That little plane is not supposed to be there. 100%, I know that. Anyway, we won't worry about it. We'll just park here. So we're okay. He's happy there. Put on our brake here. Right, that's it, guys. Welcome to Muskegon. Beautiful little airport, a lovely little regional hop over from Midway. I really encourage you to have a go at it. It is really, really enjoyable and very, very scenic as well. Hope you enjoyed that. Give me a like if you enjoyed the video. Make a comment. Are you enjoying the 737 MAX? Do you still fly the 737 MAX? Or have you moved up to the PMDG 737? The MAX, I believe, is still very, very popular. I think it has like a little cult following, I think, because it is still one of my some of my most popular viewed videos in the channel, like I said. Happy flying, guys. I'll talk to you soon on the next video. Take care, keep safe, and happy flying. Over and out.